Almost every gamer has encountered an infuriating glitch that forces you to reset the game. However, once in a while, a goofy programming bug actually makes a game better. Some, like the infamous Infinite Extra Lives bug in Super Mario Bros., are well known, but there are others you may not be quite as familiar with. Here's a look at some particularly odd glitches that actually made video games better. Super Mario 64. In the Nintendo 64 classic Super Mario 64, players have to collect stars in order to unlock new areas of the game, with 70 required to access the final boss fight with Bowser. Unless you use your butt, that is. By jumping backwards up the stairs while hitting the A button, Mario will butt scoot up the otherwise infinite staircase, shooting right through the entrance to the boss fight. Turns out Bowser's magic is no match for this plumber's posterior. Heavy Rain. During Heavy Rain's final act, one of the game's floating dialogue boxes may continuously appear. This allows the main character Ethan to scream the name of his missing son Sean at completely inappropriate times. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a way for players to purposely activate this glitch, which appears at random. When it does, though, get ready to shout for joy. And for Sean!
I know who the killer is, Ethan. I can prove your innocence.
Fallout 4. One of the most coveted items in Fallout 4 are the free fall legs. Located in a small room at the top of the mass fusion building, the boots prevent the sole survivor from suffering any falling damage. Ostensibly, the only way to acquire them is to use a jetpack-equipped suit of power armor. Unless you hop in the garbage, that is. Yep. If you pick up a trash can, stand against the wall, and start jumping with it, you'll shoot up the wall right to the top of the building. Although this is technically a glitch, we prefer to think of it as an incredibly specific, radiation-induced mutant power. Red Dead Redemption. This glitch doesn't make Red Dead Redemption any easier to complete, but it sure makes the quest more entertaining. For some reason, you may encounter human beings flying in the sky like birds. They even flap their arms like wings. Either this is a glitch, or someone slipped main character John Marston some seriously strong peyote. And we know just who would have done it too. Mega Man 3. Are Dr. Wily's gang of murderous robots giving you trouble in Mega Man 3? Well, they'll be a little easier once you're invincible. If you jump into a pit while holding down right on the second controller's D-pad, and while an enemy is overhead, you won't actually die. Instead, you'll be an invincible ghost for the rest of the level. Just jump back out and simply laugh in the face of evil. Crysis. The sharks from Crysis must be fans of Sharknado. In some cases, the undersea predators can float out of the sea and chase the player around the beach. Apparently, their hunger, or hatred, is so intense it causes them to spontaneously evolve lungs and hovering abilities. One thing is for sure.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Mario Kart 64. There are lots of shortcuts in Mario Kart 64 you can employ against your soon-to-be former friends. Perhaps the best, or most infuriating depending upon your perspective, is the shortcut glitch in the Wario Stadium level. Hitting the left stadium wall in a precise spot allows your racer to bounce over and land much further along the track. You can then turn around and flip over the wall again to complete the lap. If you're good enough, then you can win the race in a matter of seconds. Let's hear it for totally cheating. Diablo. The first Diablo game contains a famous bug that allows players to easily duplicate items, turning your character into an unstoppable killing machine. All you have to do is drop the item you want to duplicate on the ground and walk to pick it up. As you pick up the item, click on something in your inventory, like a useless little potion. If you pick the item up and select another from your inventory simultaneously, then the game will create a duplicate copy of the ground item. Of course, there's only one reasonable response to that kind of blatant cheating. Thanks for watching! Click the SVG icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.